Hello everyone and welcome to the Hypernest podcast. During this chat, we interview founders. We try to understand their struggles, their needs, and in general we want to learn more about their journey. I'm Alessio in the core team of Hypernest and Accelerator DAO, and today I will be chatting with César Suárez, the CEO and founder of Svenir, that produce a fantastic technology that allow local business and any venue in the world to mint geolocalized NFT. So welcome, César. Very happy to have you here today.
Thank you, Alessio. Very happy to be here in the podcast. And yeah, what we do is geolocated NFTs. So you need to be in the place to collect your NFT. And we work with two main verticals. The first one is in which we create city souvenirs. So next time you go to Amsterdam, New York, Paris, Hong Kong, Tokyo, you will collect an Svenir NFT instead of the typical boring, outdated, old-fashioned t-shirt, cap, whatever, souvenir. And we are also introducing this technology to businesses that they can create more loyal customers, and we can increase the intensity and the amount of experiences that they give to their customers as well.
Okay, Sounds fantastic. So can we say that you're building on one side a technology product and on the other side the first application of it?
Exactly. That's right. So we have the geolocated technology to collect NFTs, and then we ourselves, we launched the first project on top of it, which is the BIB Club, Before It Breaks Club, in which we aim to never let anyone forget how amazing humans and Mother Nature are by creating collections that showcase the best culture, the food, the nightlife, the amazing people, and so on of every place that we launch a collection. So exactly. So that's the first project that uses the technology.
Yep. That's so cool. Very, very cool. Very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to collect your souvenir, NFT souvenir around the world then. Let me ask you a question regarding use cases, right? Because it made me think from the description of your protocol that the use cases might be many, right? One, we are talking about souvenir as one of the use cases, but you were also mentioning about business to business relationships, so essentially providing this technology to other businesses. What kind of use cases do you have in mind?
So for the city souvenirs, we are creating experiences for the holders. So for example, you will have a fixer, which is a person that you can ask whatever you want about that city. For example, next time you are planning a trip to Turkey, instead of you looking on blogs or whatever, you simply get the NFT from Istanbul, and then you get a person in Istanbul in which you can ask all sort of questions about what to do on a Monday, 5 p.m., where to go eat the best pizza, where should I go out, where can I rent a car, where can I sleep, all of this stuff. So you have a fixer, and then you also have at least between 5 to 10 experiences in which you can get a free chocolate, you can get a free burger, you can get a free pizza, you can get like access to a certain parties. So we create a bunch of experiences that these travelers can have access to by having that NFT. And those experiences are recurrent. So once you finish your trip, you can pass your NFT to another traveler that is going to Turkey, so they can also have the same experience. So this is the use case for the city souvenirs. And for businesses, we believe that all of the brands in the world, they need to increase the loyalty of their customers. So next time you go to your favorite burger place, you can acquire an NFT from that burger place, and this NFT will give you access to a special type of burgers, to maybe try out the new burger that they aim to release, or maybe have like a private party in which you can offer anyone burgers in the burger place. So businesses have new ways and new variety of offering value to their customers. It's not just the burger, it's a whole experience. If you buy the NFT from that burger place, you can use the facilities, you can have access to a talk with the chef, you can make suggestions. It's all about building the community around that venue. So that's what we allow to, because it's in real life experiences. So you need to be in the place to collect the NFTs. So this is what we are all about.
Okay, this is amazing. So it seems to me a super powerful marketing tool for geolocalized businesses from all over the world. So it can allow me to do some specific action, so getting a discount or getting closer to the singer, for example, if I am a singer fan, right? If I go to a specific concert.
Yeah.
On the other hand, this makes me think, but correct me if I'm wrong, that you can potentially even issue ticket for a concert or a specific venue, or you can even be additional digital art. That okay, this would go potentially hand in hand with the souvenir use cases.
Yeah, so we are working on integrating our technology with the current ticketing companies. We are not going to be a replace for them, but we
Mm-hmm.
are going to be the platform they use to add more value to their ticket buyers. So we are
Oh,
like kind of like a plugin that they put into their current ticket systems, and this provides a more community-based experience from the people that collect the NFTs. So we are not a replacement for them; we are an addition to them. And then we not only sell the technology, but we also sell the full package. So we also propose, like, look, you are gonna create a concert, you should do this and this and this and this. Hey, you are a burger restaurant, you should do this and this and this and this. So it's not only that we sell the technology, we offer the full package with in real life experiences, which is our goal to have more meaningful experiences, a more meaningful and rich experience in the world.
it is. I think it's very clever and very meaningful. I think that also your strategy of complementing existing, for example, ticketing services, it is very, very good instead of trying to completely replace them. So I think it is a very good strategy in my opinion. Um,
Yeah.
in terms of vision, what is the vision for Svenir as a technology?
So again, Svenir aims to increase the intensity and the amount of experiences that people can have in the world. So the main reason we are working with geolocated technology is because we saw definitely lack of real experiences in the NFT community. You can collect an NFT, but you can have it in your wallet. But what's the point of having an NFT in your wallet? Well, you can flip it, make money, but what's the point of having money? Like the point of having money is to so that you can enjoy more life, right? So we really want our NFT holders to enjoy more life, to have knowledge spillovers that can make our generation solve the greatest problems that we are challenging right now: climate change, the inequality, the lack of innovation in the marine sector. So we really want to empower creators, innovators, entrepreneurs, travelers, risk takers, people that are not afraid of change, people that want to get out of the comfort zone, to get together, travel the world, uh, and just take advantage of the technology that you can get together with other people, which is amazing as well, and try to enjoy life, but at the same time, try to solve the biggest problems of the world. So our mission is just to bring cool people together, creators, and just to try to empower them and give them a place where they can learn, grow, travel, experience more life. This is our goal, right? And also at the same time, to never let, as I said before, never let anyone forget how amazing humans are. We are amazing. Humanity is amazing. We have created so many things. And also Mother Nature, because we need to create awareness about all our species, plants, trees, everything. So then we can protect them, we can value them. And also we need to be aware that we are only like 5,000 years old, humanity. So we have millions of years ahead of us, and we really need to create those communities. We really need to kind of like bring new ideas to the table and empower people. So this is all about Svenir. Just good vibes, fun times, but also creating.
Okay, I like this idea. I think that blending offline and online, extending, the amount of experiences that the humans can have, I think is definitely a meaningful objective. Um, in the last period, I think that there are other also competitors potentially that are also developing geolocalized minting technologies. What is the difference between Svenir and them? So what's your differentiator, in another word?
Well, I think we are the only ones doing the city souvenirs thing. I think we are the only ones bringing awareness about how amazing humans are, how amazing Mother Nature are. I think we are the only ones thinking about bringing a community of creators together so we can enjoy life, but at the same time solve all of these greatest problems of our current generation. I think our approach of having, which I didn't mention before, but we have 5 amazing characters. We have a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which will always remember us what will happen if we don't take care of our planet. We will go extinct. We also have Zeus, which brings us vibes about entrepreneurship, innovation. We have Cleopatra, which is the Egyptian queen, bringing us vibes about culture, social matters. And then we have Nice Guy, which is a polar bear, also remembering that polar bears live in the Arctic. And if we don't take care of our planet, they will die. They will not find any food. So kind of like we have 5 animated characters while creating a brand. We are creating a story. We are kind of like incentivizing people to take action. So I think there is no one in the world like us. Maybe people can use geolocated technology, but not in the way that we are doing it. 100% sure we are the only ones doing it the way we are doing it. And this is why we have gotten so much attention from newspapers, from articles that they want to write about us, and also people that want to join the project because they feel identified with our vision and our mission about showcasing the best of the planet, traveling the world, creating stuff, creating solutions. Yeah.
Okay, so when you were describing, just as a clarification for someone that is listening or watching us, so when you're discussing about the 5 characters, this is the BB Club, right? So essentially your first use cases, and which is maybe you want to tell. I think you have already introduced it. It's a collection of souvenirs that can be minted all around the world that will be available in the major cities, right?
Yeah. The goal is to launch every city in the world. So what we do is that we have our own core design team, and we have open source characters, 3D, hyper realistic, pixel art, everything. You can use all of them, and then and then artists from everywhere in the world can launch their own collections of their city, showcasing the best of their places. And then we have a couple of events. We have all of these experiences, and then people, when they go to the cities, they can collect those NFTs and they can enjoy those experiences. And yeah, so the goal is that we launch collections of those cities, and those collections are digital art in which these characters are the protagonists, and every character has a purpose of showcasing something about that specific place.
Okay, that's clear. That's great.
Yeah.
And what would be the next city?
So we have we already have.
If you want to disclose it.
Yeah, of course. So we have 4 beautiful cities coming up. The first one is Medellin next month. The next one will be, we are aiming to launch Medellin 6 or 7 of September because there is this Binance sponsor event about crypto in Medellin. And then we will go for Bogota, 13th of October, also because there will be this crypto event in Bogota. And also I will be giving a talk for many people, a webinar for the graduates from my university about NFTs and about geolocated technology, about our responsibility to take action about, our generation needs to take action to save the world, to save humanity, blah, blah, blah. And then we will launch Mumbai because we have one of our key members of the team. He's from Mumbai. He's an artist. He's an insane person, super talented. So we will launch Mumbai as well. And then I will be a speaker at NFT London in the 3 and 4 of November. So we will also be launching London. And then we have even more exciting news for the next months. The FIFA World Cup coming up. That's kind of like a sneak peek of what is coming next. So yeah, are the cities, and then for the next year we have Japan, we have Korea. We are gonna touch upon like East Asia and all of this area of the world, which is unbelievable as well. Yeah,
Okay,
it's gonna be
okay. It
insane.
seems
Yeah, it's
quite.
gonna be insane. Yeah, it's gonna be insane, and every time we offer more value to our NFT holders, NFT collectors. So we are really, really, really enjoying the process, to be honest, because more cool people are joining the team. We are getting more attention. So it's very fun, to be honest. It's very fun.
Nice. I'm very happy to hear these exciting roadmaps and so many milestones in front of you.
Yeah.
Changing um, a little bit topic, more focusing on, let's say, right now the struggles. So we know in the life of every entrepreneur, in particular when you start a company from a dream and then you create a company out of it, there are several roadblocks on your journey. What would you say it has been so far the core challenge that you had to face?
To decide what to do, what path to take, because all the paths are available to you. Like no one else is doing geolocated NFTs. No one is doing the way we are doing it. So we really can take any path. We could we could do whatever. So it's like to have the power, to have some money, to have a team, and you need to decide what to do next is very challenging. Like the complexity of being able to take decisions is very, 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 very challenging. And then you need to take a decision, and you don't know if it is going to be correct or not the correct one, but you take it anyway. And then this decision opens the door to another couple of decisions, and then more decisions. So it's just the decision process, I would say, is the most challenging thing in the world. And also, the most challenging thing in the world is to achieve a moment in your project where you are convinced that what you are doing is really valuable. It's really meaningful. It's not stupid. It's not worthless. You get my point. It's not a
Yeah.
joke. Like when you achieve that moment, uh, you know that there are gonna be bad days ahead of you, days that you doubt a lot, but then you remember, no, but I already know that it's not shit, my project. So you kind of like overcome those low moments. Do you get my point? Because you can be super happy, super proud, and then the next day, oh my god, maybe this is not good. But then you already know that you overcame that part in which you thought that your project was worthless. So you keep going, man. You keep going, taking decisions. But the most challenging part is to take decisions 100%. It's so stressful, so much pressure. It's very hard. It's very hard.
I completely feel you. It's a startup roller coaster, right? So every day is another crazy loop, and and it is difficult, as you say. On one side, there are so many options in front of you. On the other
Yeah.
side, you want to make it right. When something goes very, very wrong, you doubt yourself, you doubt your project, and at that point is when you need to build conviction. But as you say, when you're building that confidence, that love in your project, then even during the bad days, or even during
Yeah.
the rainy days, you know
Yeah.
that you will go ahead no matter what. And I think this is the core of a good entrepreneur.
Yeah. Exactly. In the rainy days, in the bad days, I just remember that first day that I thought this is a good idea, and then I remember that day, and that's how I keep going in the rainy days. To be honest. Yeah.
That's amazing. That if I believe that in the life of any entrepreneur there are those bad days, right? But you were able somehow to overcome them, with your conviction and focusing on that. And I had it many also in my life, so I completely can empathize with you. Well, do you have any suggestion to other entrepreneur? What would you say to other new
Yeah.
entrepreneur?
Yeah. I would say Web 3.0 allows you to do whatever you want to do, whatever you are passionate about. So the first thing is to find what is the gift that life gave you. What are you good at? And then like what are you good at? What can you get paid for? How can you help the world? and all of this stuff, combine it, and then create what you want to do. And then I was reading David Foster Wallace the other day, and he said he was using 97% of him when he was writing his thesis, his philosophy thesis. But he was using 50% of him when he was working as a researcher for the philosophy department in Harvard, blah, blah, blah. So I think it's very important to use as much of you in what you work on. For example, in Svenir, I feel I'm using probably over 90% of my skills. Like everything I love to do, I'm doing it here. You know my point? I talk to people, I travel, I solve problems, I get the chance to create art. So I'm doing things that I feel I'm good at, right? I'm using over 90% of me. So I would say to find something that you can use over 90% of you, because then you can work Monday to Monday, 1 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m. It doesn't matter the time. You are always kind of like, it doesn't feel like a work. It just feels like a purpose. You know my point? It feels more like a way to live. It's not a work. Like I don't have a schedule to work. I don't need to wake up anytime. I don't need to go to sleep anytime. It's just my way of living, creating this project. It's very meaningful work, and I feel like I'm using myself. I'm using my gift, which I feel is to be very curious about the world, travel the world, blah 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 blah. So I would say use as much as possible of you in your work, and then you will be, because you really need to love what you do. Otherwise it's not gonna last, man. It's gonna be bad. You're gonna quit. Yeah.
I love your vision. I love your vision, and it is also one of my realization. So, and I think the realization of many entrepreneurs that it's very, very difficult to chase money over an extended period of time. So if there is no purpose, if there is no
Yeah.
fulfillment, if there is
Yeah.
no vision, so if you don't see, this project not only materializing in front of you, but also creating a context for your whole life, it is very, very difficult, to build day after day, in particular, as we
Yeah.
were saying before, during the rainy days, right?
Yeah. I have 3 other companies, and I I like them, right? But I'm not as passionate as I am with this project. So with the other companies, I can skip a couple of meetings. I'm like, oh, maybe you get my point. But with this one, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Oh, someone new heard about us. They want to talk about us. Oh, this happened. Do you get my point? I'm all the time, man. It's a way of living. It's not work. It's a way of living. So this makes the difference 100%.
I'm completely with you. At least what I experienced is the energy also creation. So if the your project is and connected with your life, because in a startup your project is pretty much your life. If this project create constantly energy, for you, it's almost a
Yeah.
flywheel, because more your project improve, more also your energy improve, and you can ignite these. Very positive, let's say, cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. It's energy, man. Exactly. It's energy.
Fantastic. It was an amazing conversation. Let me ask you now. I basically ask you about the struggles. What about the wins, the achievements that you had during your journey? Still talking about Svenir, of course.
So the first achievement was the moment I thought I had something good in my hands, because this project is constantly evolving. We are constantly evolving what we are doing. We trust the purpose, we trust what we are doing, but it's constantly evolving. We have found gold a couple of times, but we keep looking for more gold, for more stuff. I would say the first big achievement was the moment, because the project started as a token that had a tax that went to fund innovation projects for the ocean. So I was watching Conspiracy, and I saw how the fishing industry was destroying our oceans. And then I got very worried about it and said we should have a coin that people use in all the coastal areas, and every time they use it, we have a tax, and then we can protect more the oceans because we will have more capital, more innovation, more technology, blah blah blah. But then every idea that aims to replace money and it's not Bitcoin is definitely not a good idea. So I was iterating, thinking, and then one moment we said, but we can mix NFTs. It doesn't need to be a token. We can have NFTs. We can have digital art about these animal species, and people in this, they can collect those turtles, dolphins, sharks, and then we can use that money. And then we say, but maybe we just don't need to launch in the ocean. We can also launch in the cities, and then we can expand that, and we can showcase how amazing humans are as well. Blah blah blah. So I would say the biggest win has been the moment in which we achieved something that we felt proud of. We achieved something. We say, this is the way. Let's go. Let's go. So I would say that's the happiest moment I have had. It was in August last year, by the way.
Nice.
So I really remember that day as a winning day for sure. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. It's still, an internal sensation where you had the feeling that, okay, we are going in the right direction. So what I want to do is actually materializing somehow in front of me, and therefore I'm proud of it, and I feel energized, and I feel capable also of achieving certain goals.
Yeah, I would say exactly that moment of hallelujah when you really got this is it. This is beautiful. It's very good.
Fantastic. Something that I also I read one of the mail that you sent to your investors and to your community, and to be honest, I was very touched about it for your capability of reflecting, what happened, and your capability of thinking about a wow moment, thinking about something to improve, the learnings. Of course, you shouldn't disclose something that it's very personal, but I mostly want to touch upon your reflection capability, your capability of thinking about what happened, re-elaborating it, working on it, and even communicating to the others. So essentially, you are transforming an experience in a learning, and you're moving to the next phase. I think this is fascinating. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so we launched New York City collection, and unfortunately we focus too much in the technology, we focus too much in the art, but we focus 0 or maybe 1% in customer acquisition, in letting people know about us. And NFTs is still a very small market. Like the number of active wallets in a specific location that are interested in collecting NFTs is very small. So you cannot aim to launch a project and then suddenly become. It's very hard. It's very hard to create buzz about you, to create noise and all of this stuff. It's very hard. So we didn't sell anything. In New York City, we sold a couple of NFTs and all of this, but we didn't. We didn't sold out. We didn't go crazy, and it was, I would say, very sad. But yeah. So we just okay. It's. I mean, we did what we could do, right? With what we could do, like with our time, with our resources, with our team, we did what we could do. So it was a very sad moment, to be honest. But we are still a bit shocked by it. That's why the next launches, we are trying to create all of these experiences. To uh, we are trying to educate our community as well, to go to newspapers, to go to magazines, to get interviews. To get my point, to try to really, really show the project, not only to work on the art piece, not only making sure that the collections of art are beautiful, unique, special, not only working on the technology, but also working on putting the project out there so people can start talking about it and want to be part of it. So, I would say pain is some sort of beautiful as well, and suffering is part of it, and And to be honest, it's nice because you feel like you are in a movie. You feel sad, you feel emotional, but it's the decision that you took, right? So I take full responsibility for everything. I take full responsibility for everything, and I like it. I again, as when you do something beyond the money, beyond whatever, you are just enjoying every step. And definitely, one thing you have to know is that success is not overnight. And this is the first thing I talked with my investor. He said, Cesar, this is just the first launch. We have hundreds of launches ahead of us, so no worries. And it's like this, man. Like it's a long process. It's not reached overnight. It's not nothing of that. It's just constant discipline and a clear vision, I would say. So we are just patient. We enjoying the process, and always remembering that we are not gonna be sad forever. So after some sad days, there was like good chill days, time to rest, time to reflect on what just happened, all of this stuff. So it was part of the process, I would say. But yeah, it's always sad, man. It's always sad. But it's a long term game and a marathon, and the beauty of it is that you feel the people that like you, that is supporting you, is kind of like supporting you in those moments. So that's very valuable, I would say. Yeah.
I'm completely with you. There is not all sugar, right? So it cannot be all
Yeah.
sugar. And maybe
No.
if it was all sugar, it would have been not as sweet when you get the big win during your journey, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so I'm completely with you. But how I'm really, really interested in do you have a standardized way of having this reflection moment? So, like, for example, every day you have a diary, or after a moment that was very stressful or very peculiar, you get some time to reorder your thoughts and you write them down. How do you approach it? Because I think it is extremely valuable, and I also believe that every entrepreneur in the world should take this time to re-elaborate, understand, learn, and move on. What's your process?
Yeah. So I read a lot. So I read as many books as possible. That's my
Mm-hmm.
process. So I was reading what Mike Tyson did in his pitfall, what Elon Musk did when he was down, what the guy from Coinbase did when Coinbase was kind of like appearing in every newspaper because they were kind of like racist or whatever because they lay off many people. So I just tried to see what other people were doing. I tried to look for more motivational speakers, personal development, Tony Robbins, what Tony Robbins is saying, what Jim Rohn is saying. Jim Rohn was the mentor of Tony Robbins. So I
Mm-hmm.
just tried to look for people that already made it, that already went through all of these struggles. And all of them say, man, you are going to go to struggle. So I even go to Jordan Peterson, another famous thinker. Like happiness is not a worth goal because happiness is not going to last forever. So you got to find something better than happiness to keep you going, right?
Yeah.
So I would say books for me is the answer. And it's books, man. And I think this is very particular of every person. Uh, for me, it's books and books, to be honest. And just to running as well, running and books and gym, and just trusting trusting the process. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So essentially constant learning, and that also
yeah,
obviously also make some reflection happening, because meanwhile you're reading, you empathize, you learn, you reflect
yeah,
on yourself, right? There is an
yeah.
exchange between
So
you and that book.
it's a mix between exercising and reading, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
That's my process. Exercising
Okay.
and reading, because exercising I get creative, reading I get creative, uh, and then if I feel sad I go exercising, I get like it's a mix between exercising and reading, to be honest. It's not even
Okay.
hanging out with people. I don't get happier. I don't feel anyone understands, so I just really need But again, this is very particular of every person. For me, it's exercising and reading. I need to be alone. I need to be exercising, and I need to be reading. Nothing else makes me happier. Nothing else makes me more calm. Exactly. This is my particular way of dealing with that, with those struggles.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. As you said, everyone have a different formula, right? Maybe for someone else is riding a bicycle, or it can be potentially everything, as long as find your dimension, I believe.
Yeah, it needs to be a healthy, right? It needs to be healthy. It's not like I will go, I get into a fight, or I will get drunk, or I will get an overdose. No, it's none of that. It needs to be in the positive act of responding to a situation. You know my point? Always looking for the best of you, I would say.
I completely agree with you. I think that the process of becoming an entrepreneur is also the process of becoming a better version of yourself. If these two things are not going in the same direction, you're probably not a good entrepreneur, and probably also your project is not going to succeed.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. I want to touch on one topic that is very, very important for startups out there, and very often is like the difference between life and death, and it is fundraising. So I know that you already had what we can call maybe a pre-seed round, or a pre-seed round. I think it can be accurate, and getting more angels on board. How did you get these investments? What was your secret sauce for getting these angel on board?
So I have raised money before for my other companies, but it's very hard to raise money, man. It's very hard to raise money from someone that doesn't know you. This is very, very hard.
Yeah,
because you need to. It's almost impossible. So if you see all the successful founders, many of these guys raise money from friends that were VCs, from friends that have VCs friends. So it's always your network. So the best way to raise money is to be in the network where people have money and are willing to invest in projects. And the best way to do that is to find entrepreneurs that have already raised money, and they can kind of like walk to your way in. But for some reason, I raised money where I was not expecting to raise money. I was just working every day, Monday to Monday, in my office in Sweden, and I was motivated about it, right? But then people start seeing that you are working out of this, so then the word spread, and then I became friends with an entrepreneur, Swedish entrepreneur, who has founded many companies. He's very successful. He sold companies to Nokia, a company to Nokia in the 90s, and then it's just kind of like happened, man. Do you get my point? Like if someone sees you, like if there is let's say a mature entrepreneur, I think they can recognize when someone is really going for it. You get my point? When someone is hungry. And I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry. I'm super hungry about Svenir. So when someone sees that hunger in you, and that you have some sort of talent as well, or some sort of capability to make that dream come true, then they are going to give you the opportunity. But all these things about applying and just it's cold emails, for me it's just not working, because I don't have friends that are PCs. Like I don't have that network, right? Like if you are from the upper class, or from, I don't know, some very privileged society, whatever, it's easy for you, man. It's easy for you. I wouldn't say it's easier, but it's easier at least. So I would say it's just to put on the work and put yourself in places where you can meet those people, right? So I would say Sweden is a good place, because in Sweden there are a lot of entrepreneurs. They don't do anything else in the winter, in the dark winter, than to work. So they are very creative people, and they know what to do with their money. So it's a good place to start a business, I would say. So it's just hard work, man. Hard work, and it's just hard work, and kind of like again, being good with words as well, right? You need to read to be good with words. You need to read to know what are the problems of humanity, what are the worries of humanity, what worries a human being. A human wants to be recognized, wants to be remembered. A human, when achieve certain level of success, their success depends on the success of the people that they help, right? So I
Yeah.
would say you need to find and expose yourself to that type of people that already achieved some level of success that they really want to help, because that's how they get their happiness or their gratification. When people are super rich, they don't give a fuck. They care, but it's beyond money. You can point at some point. It's about helping others. So you need to be at that level where someone wants to help you because they want to do something good for the world. You are gonna be that asset that someone wants to. Because again, I don't think people are doing it for the money. People want to do it for the gratification of having invested in someone that truly changed the world, truly made something significant. Uh, because unless you go public, you are not gonna get your money back, right? And I don't think, again, like if you go after the money, it will not last longer, right? So
Okay.
I have that approach, more a human approach to investing, I would say, to looking for
Okay.
investors. Yeah,
So let me try to summarize it. So on one
yeah,
side is putting you also in the right environment, in the right condition. Of course, if you are in the middle of the
yeah,
jungle, it's very difficult to find an entrepreneur, right? You might,
yeah,
but it's unlikely at least.
yeah,
Number one. The second thing is essentially show what you get or show what you got. So if you are very determined and you're very focused, so people will notice you one way or another,
yeah,
and these will be part of the way how these people evaluate you, right? This is an important part. This guy, this Cesar, is going to go full power. He's not going to stop in front of anything.
yeah,
The number three is also purpose, right? So dream. So if your dream is big enough, became contagious, I guess, and other people can, jump on the board on your ship with you and can help you, one way or another. In particular, people that, as you say, they have already maybe sold companies. They are very, very, they are potentially wealthy, and they are determined to make an impact in the world, also helping you. So you are somehow a mean to an end. And yeah, and basically you wrap it up everything in a sincere human relationship, and then at least on your friends and family round of pre-seed, you will get your investment. And most of all, if you get you good angels on board, you will get also something else, right? You can get mentoring, you can get intro, you can get connection with several industries. Did I
yeah,
summarize
yeah.
pretty
Again,
much?
yeah. The human part is very important. Yeah. That's my approach to these things, right? Because yeah, I think that's
Okay,
yeah,
okay. I think that also going from struggle to struggle. The other struggle is more related to hiring. So hiring process, getting people on board, and having good people on board at the beginning of your journey. So how did you approach this challenge, or how are you planning to, going
yeah,
forward in this challenge?
yeah. So now we have worked with over 25 people in the project.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I have some experience with three other companies, so I've been exposed to hiring many people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's never easy. It never gets easy. It just gets harder, and it's very hard to hire. It's very hard to hire. It's extremely hard to hire. It's very hard. It's very hard to find the right talent. Um, Sometimes because you think you got money, you think you can pay for talent, but not always. Probably you cannot pay for. There are things you cannot pay for, right? You cannot pay for a loyal part of a loyal member of your team. You cannot pay for someone to stay up every day with you thinking and trying to look for solutions. This is kind of like things that are part of a human contract relationship, not like a work contract relationship. So I would say you want those members in the team, right? So what I want in Svenir is people that are in love with the vision, with the mission, with the art, with traveling, with the technology, people that are looking to experience more, people that are really, really trying to become better people. So I'm looking for that type of people. So the last hires that we have had is just people that have been getting better and better and better with personal development. I can see there. So we got two people recently, and they are people that again have been growing personally. So I like that. So I would say more than fulfilling a list of tasks that is not well defined when you're a startup is you need someone that has good personal skills and that is in love with the mission of the project. So I this is the most important for me. I don't care anything else. Like when someone comes to me, hey, I can help you to do this, ta ta ta, but it's like very, very technical or practical. It's like, man, I'm not looking for that type of skills. I'm looking for loyalty. I'm looking for passion. I don't care. I don't care. This is what I want. This is my project. This is how I want to be. Because we are a Web 3.0 project, right? It's all about the community. It's all about people feeling good when they are here. People becoming better people when they are here in the project. So I don't want people to come here and work for the money. I really don't want that. I don't want that. I want here because people come to because we are a great project and you are gonna have a fun time. You are gonna learn. You are gonna become a better person. You are gonna become more valuable for the world. So this is my approach, man. And I could pay people. Yeah, I could pay people, but I want people to come here for the project, for the work. And this is what I talk to every of our team members nowadays. How much are you gonna charge me? I can pay you that, but I am not. Like that it's not because of that. It's because of the work. Like I'm paying you $4,000 because not because you are delivering this. I'm paying you $4,000 because I want you to be in love with the project that you are gonna give me a masterpiece that is probably worth $50,000. You know my point? Especially with artists, because artists are very transactional, right? I tell an artist, hey, can you make a collection of Mumbai? Can you make a collection of New York? Yeah, it's $800, $900, 1,000. I mean, bro, but it's not. You need to love the collection. You need to feel the city. You get my point? So I'm really like when it comes to hiring, it's just I really need someone to be in love with the project. If I can feel that, I can sense that, I'm good.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. There is an important part that is okay, sharing somehow the dream, right? So making sure that these people come to you because they share your dream, and when they share your dream, they will also work somehow at your pace, with your rhythm, with your direction. And I think
Exactly,
this is so
exactly,
important. If this is
exactly.
not
Because my
happening, yeah, I can see you now. I think there was a little bit
yeah,
of a
yeah.
bump in the connection.
So my rhythm is very crazy. I'm working every day of the week. You know my point? So it
Yeah,
needs to fit the culture of the company. Exactly.
absolutely. So it's not only a transaction, but it is an important cultural fit we are looking for, in particular when you are a startup, right? So you want to have people
Yes.
with you that they are ready. I don't want to say jump on fire, but almost, right? So
Almost. Yeah. Yeah. This is it
okay,
for
okay.
sure.
Amazing. I think that you provide a fantastic overview of what you should try to aim at when you're hiring, which is not only having a good talent, but you need to have someone in love with your project.
Yeah.
So just regarding the more on the technical side of things, I know that you are building on Polygon. So why Polygon?
I went for Polygon because Ethereum was too expensive, and because OpenSea was using Polygon at the time. So I really say OpenSea is using it, it must be good. And then I did my research, and it was actually good. It was actually one of the top 5 or top 3 even blockchains most used. So I said, let's go for it. And then I talked with the Polygon community, and they were kind of friendly. So I said, let's go for it. Like, I didn't think it twice. Let's just go for it. I had many options, going for Solana, going for Binance, but at the end, it's just, you could have taken any other path, right? I could have gone for any other blockchain, but I went for Poly. You know, my point is, it's a decision you take. It's not the correct answer to anything. It's just the decision we took.
Yeah,
I would say.
But I think there is also a very extended network now in Polygon. There are thousands of dApps, right? And also they are moving, I think, very fast in the direction of zero knowledge proof for labs, and might open up also to additional use cases, and even a different type of scalability. So I think it can be a very good bet.
Exactly. It's just what it is.
You also did you get a grant from Polygon?
Yeah, I got a grant from Polygon, and I also got some sort of support from them. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you are starting and you get a grant, is the grant. You know, my point is like, fuck, it's sick. Someone gave me money to build my own project. This is very, very helpful. Very helpful. Yeah.
Okay. That definitely helped, right? So they probably have a strong interest in having more and more dApps, building on their chain, and on the other hand, they are happy, to support very promising protocols and new dApps and good founders. So this is good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I think we had a fantastic conversation, but before we wrap it up, I would like to ask you if is there anything that you want to add? So more talking to our community, and what is there anything you want to add about your project or about your journey, about anything else about Svenir?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for having me here and talking about this, everything we talk about, and then it's important that people follow us on our social media, Instagram, Twitter, so then they can keep up with what we are doing. We are super open, so if anyone wants to reach to us if they need support with whatever, we are happy to talk about it. Many people of many other NFT projects actually have reached out to us, or many curious people that they want to launch an NFT project or they want to know about whatever. We always come back to them. And I will say, get into Web 3.0, educate yourself, jump on the boat, because the smartest people are working here. It's very attractive for capital as well. So there is no way Web 3.0 will not be a huge thing in the next years. So it's better to be early on this journey. And you can do whatever you love in this space. So try to look for that gift and have fun and enjoy the journey. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. I think it was also an amazing closing, talking about Web3 and how important is this Web3 revolution. I will just remind a few things. The Hypernest podcast will be published 2 times a month. It is sponsored by Hypernest Accelerator and Hypernest and Accelerator DAO that helps very ambitious founders to build the future of Web3. mostly working in the area of DeFi and infrastructure. This is the two topics that we are more interested in and where we are providing, for now, at least the majority of our support. Anyone interested can also join our Discord. Of course, we have Telegram and Twitter, but most of all, if you are interested to be a speaker, you can apply in our landing page on our website. It is hypernest.xyz, but you will find this also in the comment. So have a fantastic day, and thanks again, Cesar.